Do we all like Anthony Joshua now? Let's get into it. Hello, welcome to AJvsNgannou. I hope you're all well. If you like what I do here, don't forget to like and share the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notifications bell for all future videos. So, are we all Anthony Joshua fanboys now? Right, I know there are kind of a few camps here, aren't there? Some people don't like him, some people love him, some people are indifferent, whatever. Some people are in the Fury camp, some people are definitely in the AJ camp, right? There has been a bit of a shift with Anthony Joshua in the last sort of year. Certainly those 3 wins that he got in 2023. He's fighting Ngannou. That'll be 4 fights in 12 months. So he's definitely got himself back in the mix. He's definitely made himself more front and center in terms of public opinion. But the way he's approached a lot of these fights, he's kind of been a bit more reserved. He's probably been a bit more aloof in terms of the media. And also he's had little spats here and there with the media as well. He's kind of stopped being a media darling in terms of boxing sense and become more of a hard-nosed boxer. And I like that. I actually like that. I kind of didn't like the media guy and always laughing, always up for an interview and always just playing along. I personally didn't think there was anything wrong with it. I just didn't particularly like it. Well, I kind of like this AJ. I like the way he's developed over the last year in terms of his comeback fights, if you like, and the way he's gone against his opponents. I certainly like the way he fought against Wallin. Yeah, we could look at the quality of the opposition. Now we're looking at AJ against Ngannou. Can AJ win? Will Ngannou win? It's really intriguing. This is a really intriguing fight. Whilst I can't, I sit on the fence and I flip-flop between whether I think it's a decent fight or whether it's not a decent fight, whether I even want to watch it or not. How can I not watch it? Now, especially that we hear that Tyson Fury has pulled out, now that Tyson Fury is definitely getting a load of backlash from a lot of people, certainly what was happening all last year. And then, obviously, now there's a lot of backlash against Tyson Fury. I think a lot of people are just kind of fed up of, the not knowing with Tyson Fury, whether he's coming or going or where you stand with him. And certainly, the things that come out with, the people around him as well. Whereas with AJ, you kind of get, what you hear is what you get. What you see is what you get. It's a little bit more straight down the line. Now, I know, of course, there's a lot of PR in boxing. There's a lot of nonsense going on as well. But I just wonder whether people like AJ a lot more now in the way he is rather than the way he used to be. And this has got nothing to do with the way his boxing has developed or has changed. We finally saw in the Wallin fight, how if he let his hands go, he could be a force to be reckoned with. This is what we always wanted from AJ. Even in the Usyk fight, just let your hands go a little bit more. Let your hands. You might cause Usyk a problem. Now he's had the 3 fights. He's had the 3 wins. Now can he do this against Ngannou? Lots of people say no. There's no chance he's going to win. Lots of people say no. He definitely can win. Who do you believe? Who's going to win? But I think there's definitely more support for AJ out there. I would say from the British fight fans, not necessarily from the global fans. I mean, people watching this video probably say, oh, you Brits and you AJ and Fury, that's all you ever think about, right? Listen, yeah, this is a British channel. Yeah, what else do you want me to think? But also, they are the top fighters in the divisions as well in terms of rankings or holding world titles. If you're talking about Tyson Fury and Usyk and then AJ, the former holder as well. So, yeah, it's right to be talking them in those kind of terms. Now, whether AJ is good enough to beat Ngannou, whether he's a better boxer, I definitely feel he's a better boxer, but can his better boxing overcome the raw power, the raw strength, and the limited boxing acumen of Francis Ngannou? I always make this distinction or this clarification for my love of boxing. I see boxing as a sport. It's a combat sport, whereas I see MMA as combat fighting. Yes, it's definitely a sport, of course it is, and there's a different scoring to it. But I see MMA as more of a fight. It's a combat fight. If you put a boxer, and I will freely admit, I've always said this, if you put a boxer into an MMA octagon, he's going to be found out really, really quickly. Whereas if you put an MMA fighter into a boxing ring to box, he's going to be found out really quickly as well. The problem is we've got Ngannou, who's kind of a bit of a freak of nature, but also got to recognize that in heavyweight division, whether you come from the UFC or from MMA or any other combat sport, because of your physical size, because of your mass, because of the power that you possess in a punch, then you could cause serious damage. You can catch anybody off guard. We already saw that with Ngannou against Fury. And could we be seeing exactly the same? That's why I think it's a very dangerous opponent. It's a very dangerous fight to take. And I said before, I think it's an unnecessary fight to take for AJ if he wants to go for a world title fight. Now it appears, because of Tyson Fury putting out the Usyk fight, we could have seen either AJ against Hrgovic as a final fight against Usyk, or we could have seen AJ go straight in against Usyk again. We're kind of missing out on that fight because AJ has gone in with Ngannou. This is where I had a problem with the fight. It's a kind of a nothing fight. There's nothing on the line here, but there's a lot of jeopardy for AJ to fight against Ngannou. I definitely like AJ for this fight in a boxing sense, but I think there's a real risk here that he could come unstuck and Ngannou could win. And he could win quite convincingly or in a devastating fashion. All he has to do is clock AJ a couple of times and it could be goodnight Vienna. But the point is, do we like AJ now as a boxer or even as an individual better than we did before? I think a lot of people have changed their minds over AJ, certainly over the last 12 months. I think the way he's talking now is a lot more disciplined and it's a lot more raw, and it feels as if he's coming in for the fight, he's coming in for the battle, and he's pushing aside all the media nonsense, all the darling nonsense. He's basically there to do a job. He's basically there to have a war. And he's probably going to have the biggest war of his life now against Ngannou. Can he win? Can he beat Ngannou? Can Ngannou beat AJ? For me, now this is turning into a bit of a 50-50 fight. However, what I will say is that I still stand by that this AJ Ngannou fight didn't really need to happen from AJ's point of view, from his perspective. Because the way it's turned out with Fury pulling out the Usyk fight, it seems as if there might be a bit of a missed opportunity for AJ to actually become a world champion once again, especially now that he's flying high with confidence. Could he get into the ring with Usyk, and would he be better prepared for Usyk? I personally believe he would. Now, it doesn't mean that he would beat Usyk. Of course, you never know until you get into the ring, of course. But I think he's got better tools now, or his attitude is a lot better. And I think he could cause problems for Usyk. But he's got to overcome Ngannou now. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Do you like AJ a lot better now than you did before, even if you're not an AJ fan? And do you think he even sticks a chance against Ngannou? I'm not so sure. It's very intriguing, but I think it's a very dangerous fight. I still have AJ to beat him in a boxing match, in the boxing sport, but if he gets a bit rough in there, I'm not so sure how he'll fare. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. If you like what I do here, don't forget to like and share the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notifications bell for all future videos. And I will catch you again in another video coming very soon. Bye now.